Okay, we are here at Catsill and we are in the process of converting agouti into meat. Now we have went out hunting. We caught 3 agoutis. And we're just going to show how we're going to. Here it is a case that we are boiling some hot water. This water, we're going to dip the agouti in it and actually remove the hair. Here we have Damien actually taking the agouti and putting it into the water. Wait. And the idea behind it is to actually make the water must be warm enough so that the skin, the hair would leave the skin. So the first thing you do, you try to submerge the agouti into the water. This is after a day's hunt, you we caught this agouti and we actually soaking the agouti and bringing it try to remove the hair. Here Damien is actually scraping the agouti and actually removing the hair from the body. The agouti population in Trinidad and Tobago is very great. The multiplication rate, you get about 3 litters per year. And the agouti is mature. At 6 months, they are actually sexually mature and ready to reproduce. The agouti is one of the most plentiful mammals that we have in Trinidad. And it is actually a part of the meat structure. The Trinidad and Tobago, we have chicken, we have goat, we have other things. But in the wildlife format, the agouti forms part of the wildlife meat that we get from wildlife, and a lot of people actually enjoy the taste of the agouti. For a non-hunter, it is said that taking these animals, killing these animals, taking their lives is a sort of a cruel sport, and it is very cruel. This is no different from slaughtering chicken, slaughtering turkey, slaughtering pigs, and slaughtering any animal. The slaughtering of any animal is a violent act, whether it is wild or whether it is domesticated. A domesticated animal is more or less, he waits on the owner to bring feed for it, to carry it to the vet, to do all these things. And one day he comes with a knife and cut the throat. So the animal really thinking that he is God, more or less. That is the God that is actually slaughtering him. In the wild, these agouti, they know the hunter is one of the predators. We actually eat the agouti or use it as food. And when the animal sees this or hear the presence of the predator, it actually escapes and try to escape the prey, the predator as much as is possible. It has a fighting chance. Many a times the hunter actually cannot catch the animal. He has to be physically fit. He has to have effective dogs that can find the trail of the agouti, and the agouti has all the chances of escaping. A domesticated fowl, for example, has no choice but to stay and die. A domesticated pig, the time is ready for him for you to slaughter that pig. He has no escape. He has no chance of survival for the next day. In this industry, as we say, that the harvesting of wildlife is part of the culture of Trinidad and Tobago. And we have a group of people that we call hunters actually harvest this animal and harvest them from the big forests, as well as they are familiar with the agricultural holdings. We have the Agouti and agricultural lands, and this animal has been able to adapt in Trinidad and Tobago as much as possible. Wherever you want this animal can live. Once it gets feed and protection, it will survive. We have a lot of people in Trinidad have animal farms, and they try to rear this agouti in captivity. For those people in some cases are successful. They mine a few agouti, as we call it, animal farming, and a lot of people actually get through with this. But not because we get through with the agouti population in an animal farm. Have them domesticated. They are more, in line for slaughter than the wild animals, than if they're in the wild. So in Trinidad, we have Damien here again, as we say. He's scraping out the agouti. Okay, here is Kester is actually going to remove the entrails from the animal. He's marking the agouti with the knife, right? There's a sharp knife. You have to take care not to actually cut the guts inside it. Now this agouti do not have any misc, as we normally have in the manikou and other animals. So there is no need for that. But there is the veil that actually separates the meat from the guts, right? That is a thin shining area that is on the stick attached to the back of the meat. That has to be removed. Now the liver is sometimes roast and eaten by some persons, but the majority of hunters actually will take the liver and give the dogs, because it's a sort of an incentive for the animal that they caught. So you'll find the liver goes with the dog food, or actually sometimes you put a little sugar in the liver and actually give it to the dogs. Alright, the agouti has now been cleaned and eviscerated, and we have removed the guts from it, and it's about ready to actually be cut into pieces and eaten, cooked and then eaten. Right.
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Monday or Sunday, nah, just a chopper to see. Love that.
Okay, the agouti is now cleaned, and the agouti is in the process of cutting up for cooking. It is actually cut into small pieces